Nice win.
Bit of an understatement, but yeah, it is a nice win.
Okay, relax. We had 4 defensemen for most of the game.
You're right.
Yeah, you enjoy being 3-0, but you'll hit your snags.
Snags?
Yeah, like adversity.
Give me an example of a snag.
I don't know. What if a player wants out?
Oh, that was my whole off-season. DeBrusque, who had 3 points tonight.
Okay, some sort of controversy. You have to switch coaches. Brand new system.
That's a good one. But, already fired our coach. Brand new system just got put into place.
Or you could be like me. Injuries, lose a couple defensemen, changes your whole team.
Yeah, I guess if we do lose a few more, it's a problem, considering we're already missing 3 of our top 4.
What if you lose your best player?
He doesn't come back till December.
So this is your team directly after a distracting player situation, a brand new system implemented, missing 3 of your top 4 defensemen, and missing your best player?
Yep.
Oh. We're in danger.
Yes. Yes, you are. Low quality fans of a high quality Bruins team that is a dub! Can't wait to say that 79 more times this season, regular season, and then a bunch more in the playoffs. Join the Discord, like, comment, subscribe. Get that gross stuff out of here. It's another dub! It's a dub against an undefeated Panthers team coming in also 2-0-0 early in the season. Doesn't matter, it's undefeated. A streak, two's a streak, so you give them that. This was the first real test of this team. While it is lacking, may I remind you, Marchand, McAvoy, Grzelcyk, Carlo at this point. I don't care how you feel about those players. At least one of them you love and you miss on the team. 3-0 is great. It's a great start. It's a great story for us. We love it. But we're doing it without our full team. Without 2 players, at least, who massively change what this team's capable of doing. This is the best start you could have asked for. And we're going to need it. Because we still have a long way to go till everyone's healthy. But it's still a huge difference maker. Whatever happened to Grzelcyk being potentially ready for game 1? I remember that being a thing. Why wasn't that a thing? Who cares? Massive dub. Massive. Huge. Extremely large. You're just happy about it. I don't even know what I'm trying to say at this point. It was a game where the first half of it, you were like, where's all the high-powered offense that we were promised? And then it showed up. Quickly. Oh, it was such a beautiful game. What a fun. Who is more fun than us? And this new system that Jim Montgomery has, I mean, it has its downsides too, but it's funner. It is funner. We don't know if it's more effective yet, but it's certainly funner. And I'm taking that as a dub for now, because I needed it. Man, the last couple of days have been real hard, and the Boston Bruins are doing everything in their power to give me something to be happy about. You love to see that. Olmark's in net. He was fantastic and deserved a better save percentage than he had, which is crazy because he made like 40 saves in this one. So he was just fantastic. DeBrusque, surprisingly back on the top line. We did not expect to see him back this quickly, but he was back and looked like he was ready to play. Smith pushed all the way down to the 4th line. I'm not saying the 4th line looked bad, but it's where he belongs at the moment, and there's still not a ton coming from that line, but they did look solid, and they contributed, at very least, to the forecheck. I really feel like all 4 lines are doing something. Foligno is looking better than he did in the preseason, thank God. Noshik, I'm still pretty not happy with, but that's just a negativity thing right now that we don't even need. Now, with Carlo out, and Grizz out, and McAvoy out, we are now with Lindholm, Riley as the top pair. I didn't like it, and I hate it on paper. I didn't like it. I didn't like any of our defensive pairings tonight. I didn't think they were bad. I didn't think they played poorly, but they were not a cohesive unit. They weren't a unit. and you need to be a unit. So we had Lindholm Riley, which was interesting to say the least. We had Forbort Clifton, which was easily our best pair, I thought, even as good as Lindholm is. And then Zaboral and Renouf, which Zaboral held his own, especially when Renouf floundered a few times. So that was interesting. Renouf was awful in the preseason, so I was really curious to see what we would get out of him this game. Okay. It was okay. Let's go with okay. Can you believe that the conversation, and it's still going to be the conversation, I know, and maybe I'll be proven wrong, but the conversation going into the season was you got to survive the time without your big dogs, your McAvoys, your Martians. You got to survive. Well, we're doing more than surviving. We're taking that time and grabbing it by the throat and winning, and it's awesome. Let's talk about this game, shall we? And we're going to be, 28 seconds in. Forbort disrupts a not a 2-on-1. It's Florida's possession in our zone. They whip it across the crease. It's a great active stick by Forbort to punch the puck away. And then, as the puck gets moved around further, they're looking to pass it up to the point, and DeBrusk, with an active stick, disrupts the pass enough to push the puck farther back. The defenseman then tries to, as he's pushed into the neutral zone, recollect. And DeBrusk is on him. And again, active stick. Boop! And then chases it down for a quick chance, sort of breakaway. Didn't have a ton of room to do what he wanted to do, but a quick chance on Bobrovsky and beats him. Bobrovsky gets a piece. It's a low shot, bounces through him. I don't care how it goes in. It goes in 1-0. Happy birthday, Jakey. You get the first goal of the game, and it's well deserved. 42 seconds into the period, Frederick gets high stick. So we're going to the power play. We have a chance for a really early 2-0 lead. And just by what this team was last year, I was almost happy we didn't score on this. Because when we went up really early by multiple goals in last year's games, we fell apart the rest of the game. We didn't score on this power play. To our benefit. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just making up reasons at this point. 8:30 into the period. Lindholm with a very bad play. He sets an illegal pick in the defensive zone while we have the puck. So just a needless penalty. We're going to go to the penalty kill, which was really bad because at this point in the game, we started really hot and then Florida completely switched the momentum, had the last 5 shots on net that the game had seen, and now they're going on the power play. And it was not great. Coyle, 23 seconds left of this penalty kill, clears the puck over the glass. It's a 5-on-3. We kill it. And then we kill the 5-on-4. And it was panicky. And we're having trouble getting clearances. But bend, don't break. It's just a little early in the game to be bending, not breaking. But we'll take it. The best penalty killer we had was Ullmark by far. We also did have a fun little 2-on-1, Zacha to DeBrusk. Zacha deserved a point in this game, not only because he's on my fantasy team, but because he deserved a point in this game. He played tremendously. There was one, he did get benched for a small portion. I believe it was late in the second. He made a couple mistakes, but for the most part, I really like what he's bringing. 1:08 left, just an electric first. Pasta tripped up in the offensive zone. We're going to go to the power play. We don't do anything with it. Period ends 1-0. We start the second with 52 seconds on the power play and nothing. But that's okay because we're clearly the better team right now. I shouldn't have said that, though. Shouldn't have said it because for the next 5-ish minutes, you're holding your breath. The Panthers are just hammering us. And it's brilliant by them. The puck possession, the retrievals of pucks in the offensive zone, we can't escape. We can't breathe, and finally, it will result in a goal against. I can't speak. Result in a goal against. Because you can't let a team with that much offensive power just sit in your zone for 5 fucking minutes. That feels like an obvious thing to me. Can't buy a clearance. I think getting Marchand back will be a huge difference maker on shifts like that. Not even to mention McAvoy and Grizz. But it has been rough to get those clearances. I think we've noticed that through all 3 games, honestly. But the puck is sent around the boards to the right wall, and Tkachuk sees Bennett screaming towards the net. I don't have the replay option right now, so I didn't get to go back and watch it. But Zacha, I'm pretty sure, is the guy on Bennett here, and just isn't in front of him. And so Bennett gets a tap-in from a beautiful tape-to-tape pass by Tkachuk, just from the right wall, all the way across Ullmark to far side, taps in. 1-1. Brutal. Brutal. Frustrating moment after that. Coyle is taken down from a cross check into the small of his back. Takes him off balance, flops him down. Maybe they thought it was embellishment, so they decided to just wave both of them. I couldn't believe it wasn't a call. And then 30 seconds later, there's this really weird knee-on-knee contact in the neutral zone. Turns into a massive scrum. And Tkachuk, big, bad Tkachuk, is jawing with Renouf, right? Rookie Renouf. And then Renouf's trying to get him, and Tkachuk's not getting in there. But then Foligno comes over. I'm like, that's a fight for you, Tkachuk. Tkachuk and Foligno? Show your balls. Show your manhood. No. Can't do that. Hey, there's Smith. And he goes over to try to start a fight with Smith. Tkachuk, you fucking pansy. If you're going to be the villain of the Atlantic, you got to fight somebody closer to your size once in a while. And I don't know how big Tkachuk is weight-wise, but he's not in Smith's weight class or ferocity class, all right? Come on, buddy. Grow a pair. I hope I never meet Tkachuk because he'd beat the shit out of me. And this video will play over my tombstone, which would be kind of funny, actually. Oddly enough, 5-on-5 after all that, which felt wrong. But 12 and a half minutes into the period, we are going to have just the jakiest play ever. It's a face-off in our zone that we lose, but DeBrusk jumps in so quickly that he forces a bad pass back to the defense, splits the two defenders, and DeBrusk just, from way behind, outraces him, beats him. He's forced off the left side. They cut the angle on him. Puck's bobbling, so he doesn't get a great chance on Bob, so he just spins it and whips this across the crease to Bergeron, who's catching up. It's behind Bergeron. It's a nifty pickup by him to get the stick behind him, drag it forward, and Bobrovsky has no chance. Just a gorgeous finish after a gorgeous pickup, after a gorgeous effort play by DeBrusk. DeBrusk belongs on that top line with Bergeron. I know, not really the top line. The Krejci line's the top line, but to be fair, Bergeron's still listed as C1, and DeBrusk is on that line. And DeBrusk has looked great. Just an excellent play. We go up 2-1, and that was, to me, the game. Like, in hindsight, that was the moment. They already are short-staffed on their back end. Ekblad goes down after this play, so now they really only have 4 defenders because there's only just 5. They're already struggling back there health-wise. And this goal just felt like we know a few more are going to go in for us. This was an effort play. This was preventable. This was just the Bruins saying, no, this one's ours, guys. About 5:11 left in the period. Forward for holding. We kill it. Period will end 2-1. And on to the third. And this is where things really explode. I mean, it's a great couple of shifts to start the third. Pasta taken down about 5 minutes in. We're going to go to the power play. Penalty expires. Right? We don't do anything with it. I like the way the power play looks. It's just not getting the results it deserves yet. But as it expires, we go back up. It's a pass from Bergeron to Pasta. Pasta takes the blue line, and Mark Stahl's in front of him. And Mark Stahl's an asshole. And we knew that from last year. I'm pretty sure he had a game-winning goal against us. I have some, deep hatred towards Mark Stahl, but I can't place why it exists. And this guy gets fucking dunked on. Pasta goes, it's a one-on-one with him, just goes between Stahl's legs, loops around him, buries it past Bob as he's being taken down from behind at this point because no one can touch him. Just exactly what you want to see from Pasternak, who's just on a heater to start the year. Get fucked, Stahl, you ass clown. I also don't want to meet Stahl. He'd beat the shit out of me too, and these guys kind of deserve it. I'm being ruder than usual. But it's 3-1! Off of a gorgeous play! 7:29 left. I didn't see this one coming. Greer has the puck on the left wall. We're back in their zone. We're back putting pressure on. We dominate. We win these. Chucks the puck around the boards to behind the net, where Trent Frederick is waiting, calling for the puck for a good 10 seconds now. Gets it, swing, just flips it, wraparound chance, beats Bob. Bob's there. Bobrovsky is there. And it still squeaks through his pads and gets in on that wraparound chance. Very accurate wraparound by Trent Frederick. And that'll be 4-1. And the game's over, right? But they're going to make us sweat it out a little bit because 27 seconds later, Panthers just set up in our zone. It's White on the point. Forsley. not White, Forsling, who just fires a nice, decent shot, high glove, and there's too much traffic. Ullmark never picks it up or doesn't pick it up on time, and it beats him glove side, and it's 4-2. And you go, all right, whatever, 7 minutes left, 2-goal lead, this team's good enough to finish this off. Not a big deal. 5:54 left. Just a minute after they scored that about. Pasta for tripping. He swung his stick wildly after getting knocked down. He got knocked down legally. He didn't knock the next guy down legally. We go to the penalty kill. They pull Bob during this penalty kill. With 5 minutes remaining in the game, we kill the penalty. But then, Lindholm hits the post from about 200 feet. And then, Pasta hits the post. And then, the Panthers set up in our zone for like 3 minutes, 6-on-5 with the empty net. And finally, through crowds and crowds of people, shots and retrievals, there's no way to even break down this play. Puck bounces, gets past Ullmark, lies down behind him, and who is there to punch it in? I believe that is White. Yeah, White gets the easy tuck behind Ullmark. Thankfully, DeBrusk gets the empty netter shortly after that to make it a 5-3 ball game. That will be your ball game. DeBrusk ends up with 2 goals and an assist in this one, which you'll just love to see. Game notes. We have 12 different goal scorers through 3 games. I think we have the best goal differential in the league, and we're scoring in bunches. I'm pretty happy with where this team is right now. There's a long ways to go, but if this is how the team looks when it's plagued with injuries, you gotta imagine they look a little better when, they're not plagued with injuries. I don't know if you can do better than undefeated, but maybe super undefeated. Trademark that, right? Renouf was really bad to start the game, improved throughout, but I don't want to see him again this season, which isn't even really that much of an insult to him. He just isn't, he can't keep up. He isn't there yet. Let's go with he isn't there yet. Yeah. Ullmark, incredible. Deserved better than he got because no one could get a clearance in front of him, which is brutal. But he was fantastic. He's been fantastic through 2 starts this season. He is the first in line to grab that starter role. I know it's still going to likely be a 60-40 split at worst, but he's grabbing onto it before Swayman does. We'll see how often that flip-flops, but good job by him. Little shaky at the end of the game in general from the team, but I feel really good. The inability to get clears is a little frustrating, but again, with a few players returning, that should improve. You can be nothing but happy. Nothing but happy. All right, guys, that does it for me. Like, comment, subscribe. Once again, all those statements and whatnot. We have Ottawa tomorrow, potentially Strawman in the lineup, I believe. Let's see if we can take this 4-0. Let's see how long we can do this. Everyone wants to talk about Ottawa being the team to surpass the Bruins. The Bruins are going to be a team that leaves the door open for whatever. No, I don't know, man. You're going to have to earn it. Let's see them bring it to us. I think that'll be a really, really intense game. That's going to get nutty, and I'm really excited. Go Bees!